This video, I'm going to be going over how to draw or how to know when the market's breaking out, like breakouts versus retests. This is going to be in the market structure section of the course, but on the last one, we talked about basically like the market going up, going down, breaking out of resistance levels, breaking out of support levels, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs. Right now for this video, I'm going to show you guys when you can confirm or when do you know the market's officially broken out of one of these levels, broken out of a support level, broken out of resistance level. How do you know that for sure? So that's what we're going to get into for this video. Don't want to make it too complex, but the concept is still the exact overall, pretty much the exact same as what we did on the previous market structure video. It's just now we're going to apply kind of the actual bar chart to show you when a breakout is occurring versus when a breakout's not occurring. Okay, like a fake out versus a retest versus an actual breakout. Okay, so there's kind of three different phases to that. Just a reminder, a little refresher, right? You have the high, the low, the resistance level, the support level. The breakout happens here, or the breakout might come down here and then happen like this. Okay, so how do we confirm in this area the breakout is the official breakout? Because sometimes what you'll see is you'll see the market do this. You'll see boom, 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 like this, and then you'll see this, or you'll see something like this, and then like this, and then like this. So down here, how do we know that like in this area, like in this area right here, and how do we know that this is a retest or it's going to drop back down versus it looks like it went up and it started to break out? How do we know it's going to be breaking out and going further? Same concept here. How do we know that this is going to be like respecting this area versus it's going to actually be a breakout in this area? So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm teaching you exactly how these breakout markets kind of exactly how it is these markets break out versus retesting. Okay, so keep that in mind as we go about this. This is, like I said, the three phases: breakout, retest, and then fake out. Okay, this concept is pretty straightforward. All right, so for the most part, and again, there's a lot of like, the market is definite, but there's a lot of like black and white in certain areas of the market. I think breakouts and retests are kind of where there's a little bit of gray area. There's a little bit of a gray area. Like I said, a lot of the market is definite and should be very clear, but sometimes you have to just interpret the market the best way you can. And I feel like the people who can begin to interpret the market a little bit more accurately and a little bit better are those who will succeed or have a better grasp at trading in the beginning. Those who are too set on being perfect, that's when you start to find yourself in situations where you can't really identify what's going on because you're trying to be 100% perfect. In certain scenarios, the market's pretty easy to identify and pretty easy to say like that's, I'm looking for just this and that's that. But for breakouts and retests, I feel like there's a little bit more of like a little bit ambiguity. Like you can have a little bit of the grayer area for these markets. So just keep that in mind, okay? Like it's not always gonna be black and white. So if you're looking at the market, right, and you're looking for a potential breakout, say you're in like this little channel, right, and you're looking for a breakout, let's just say we have our resistance level drawn up here, right there like that, and then we have our support level drawn down here, and you're looking to see when if the market's going to officially break out of this area, or if the market came up and broke out of this little area, okay? We want to see how do we determine if it's actually broken out? So let's just say that the market did this, right? Came up here and then it broke, okay? In this area, what are we seeing in this area? There's a couple things you want to see, okay? So I'm just going to grab a little line. Let's just say that this is that support level or resistance level, right? This is our resistance level right here. So let's just say that we're having a situation where we have the market came up and it created like, let's just say there was like a bullish candle on that. So we had a green bullish candle in this area, right? A green bullish candle. This doesn't mean that it's broken out of that area. It hasn't broken this area yet because the very next candle could be a strong bearish candle, something like that. And then the market just retraces down. It just retraces down like that. It does something like that, okay? So that could be the case. So we don't know, just because the market's on it does not mean that it's a full break. In order for you to have a full break of a certain support or resistance level, for this case, for a buy or for a bullish market, a break of a resistance level, in order for you to confirm that this level, this area is being broken right here, you must have either a couple things. Either you can have, if you have like a bullish candle on that level and then your next candle opens and closes above that level with like the body's not touching it and there's no real wicks that are hitting like that level. Like if you have like wicks, make this a little bit bigger. If you have wicks hitting that level, so that's what the candle looks like. So if you have a wick hitting that level, that's still considered a break in my opinion, like you have the body above it, but truly if you have no wick and the body is above it, that's like most ideal. And then maybe you have like a wick coming at the top there, something like that, or maybe like a real tiny small wick, something like that. That's considered a break, okay? So that's considered a break. Another example is if you have something to this effect, where you have this right here, okay? And you have, say you had the market like this, and you had one candle, and then the next one you had this, and then the next one you had like this. So two candles, two full bullish candles above that area, that's a for sure break. Like anytime you see this, you know for sure it's a break. This right here is a break, but you could probably also wait for the very next candle. So you could probably wait maybe to see if you're gonna have something like this and be like, okay, now we have two candles. But for myself, if I saw this formation just like that, I would be ready to essentially confirm that as a break, okay? This right here is for sure the break when you have 1, 2, 1, 2. And while we're at it, the same thing applies for a downward trending market. So if this were the support levels, the same thing could apply. Like maybe you had like the market was coming down. So say the market now is coming down in this area and we're looking for this area to confirm the break. So we're looking for that break. Maybe you have a bearish candle now. A bearish candle on it, and then you have like the next candle form that's above it as well. And say you have like a little bit of a wick, and then a wick down here. Both of those are that is the same as this, and I would confirm this as being a breakout level right here. Okay, like this is a breakout, this is a breakout. The same concept for here. If I had this right here, and I had this, and then I had like maybe the market was coming down like this, and then I had a bearish candle like this, and another bearish candle down here like this. And remember, this is all happening right in this area. For the bullish move, this was all happening right in this area. These are both considered breaks. Like these are all forms of breaking, okay? One more example of a form of like a break for a, I guess I could just do that. I'll just do that, one big line. So for a, let's just say we're looking at a bearish market. If we had like a bearish market and say the market was coming up and it came down, and again, this area I'm drawing, this breakout is just like this breakout area. So we're looking to see if we broke out of a support level right here. This would just be, say I had something like this. A real strong bearish candle, really strong, like very, very, very healthy. It's a full candle. That to me is like, you could probably take this one candle and have pretty good confidence that that area has been broken out. Now, there are circumstances where rarely, I would say, like it doesn't happen that often unless you're trading like news, NFP, CPI, something like that, where you have this happening and like the very next candle is like this really strong bullish candle, and that kind of takes away the moment that takes away the breakout. If you have this, then yeah, that's not a confirmed breakout. But more often than not, if you have a really, really strong bearish candle going into this move, then the preceding candles are going to be like, you know, they're going to be something like this, and they're just going to continue to drop. If you have a Same concept for a bullish move. If you have like the market's coming up this year, it's consolidating, and then you're looking to see if it's going to break out of the resistance level. Same concept here. If you have like this candle like this, it was a very, very strong bullish candle. For the most part, like that strong, that long bullish candle is going to give you like a good sign that this market's broken out of this area. Now, what's like not considered to be a breakout? What's like kind of not considered to be a breakout? So if I'm in an uptrend and I'm looking for a bullish market, and I have like this, keep the length the same, then I have like this, I have something like this. Okay, so it's bullish on it, a bullish still on it, and then it had bearish. That's still not a breakout candle because, I mean, a breakout formation. That's still a retest. So let's just say we were like in the market, right? And we were like here, 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 here. And then the market came back up and we're looking to see if the market was going to break out of this area. And we saw this candle formation of bullish, bullish, and then a bearish on it. That's not a breakout, okay? Another example would be, say we had something like this. Okay, say we have something like this, like that, okay? So you had the market again, it was like doing this right here, respecting that resistance level. And then we got into this resistance level, and we're trying to see if this area is broken. And we have like this bullish candle, but it's real doji, or it's kind of a doji candle, but also has like some heavy wicks, followed by a bullish candle. That's not a break. Respecting it's probably gonna drop, especially with this like bullish engulfing formation. Okay. Same thing for a downward trending market. Same thing with like a downward trending market. If you have this over here like this, say you have like this, a pretty doji candle, right? Not really that healthy of a full bearish candle. Some wicks, whatever, especially if you had a lot of exhaustion. And say the market was doing this here, 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 got into this range, and then it had a bearish candle, so you're like, oh, it's a bearish candle below, but there's a lot of exhaustion, a lot of wicks, and then there's a bullish candle following that, especially a bullish engulfing candle. I wouldn't consider that to be a break. That's what it would look like on the charts, is maybe something like this. And then you come down to that final move. It may have came down a little bit more, but it's not a full break. Like it's like this area was this little wick, then the engulfing candle happened, then it kept going up. Break out of the resistance, kept shooting up, okay? So those are some examples of just what I consider to be a break versus a retest. For the most part, just with breakouts and retests, just like if you're really ever in doubt, these two examples right here are always going to be confirmed. Like if you have two bullish candles over that resistance level, it's going to be confirmed break. If you have two bearish candles underneath that support level, it's going to be a break. Always just keep that in mind. As long as you keep that in mind, I feel like you'll be fine, okay? So what's next is, let's go look at some of these on the actual live chart. Okay, so let's just look at some of these, right? And what I'll do is I will go ahead and go here, go grab this, and then like stop a bit more right here. Okay, so what if you're like right here and you're looking at the market and you're trying to figure out, okay, the market's like trending down. I got some lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower highs. I drew this resistance, the support level right here. So I have a little support level right here. And I'm trying to see if this market is going to either respect this level or break out of this level. So let's just see what happens. Okay, great example right here. We have this bearish candle on the support level. It looks like it may be breaking out. This is a healthy candle. It's a really healthy candle, But again, this could be a fake out because you could have the market where it does something to this effect, where it goes here, and then maybe you have like a bullish candle like that, followed by like another bullish candle. So it creates like a bullish variation formation. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then it shoots back up. So you can't confirm, in my opinion, I wouldn't confirm this just yet. It's also like in a range with a lot of stuff going on right in this area, so a lot of exhaustion. So that's kind of like a range right there. So I'm not going to consider that to be a full break. And if I wanted to get, very accurate with this, I could draw like a little exhaustion zone from this wick to this body, from that wick to this body. So I could go here to there, and then draw like a little exhaustion zone and see that it's really kind of in the exhaustion zone. It's not even out of that area. So right now, I'm not going to confirm that this is a break just yet, personally. Okay, boom. Now with this candle, right on this candle, regardless of anything, how I want to, cut the cake or whatever, this is a break. Like at this point, I know, okay, I'm going to go bearish. This is a bearish market. Like that's where I'm at, okay? So this is a good example of breaking out of this support. And if you really look at the overall market, like we said in the previous videos, we had lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, same high, but lower high, so a lower high, lower lows, it's making lower lows and lower highs. Times the break of that support, we could have looked at that one initially, but also this one, breakout of support, so lower high, times break of support. I'm only looking for sells. This whole market is still bearish, okay? Okay. And then the market came back up, kind of retested, came up here, retested, and then dropped. So that's a support breakout formation. Let's go look at a bullish breakout formation. Let's just see if I can find one that's pretty easy to see. Okay, so let's just say I had this market right here, right? And I had this support or resistance level right here, and I was waiting for the break. The same concept applies. I'll go back a little bit on this one. So right here, okay, this is kind of like the example I said earlier where you have a bullish candle, but it's still kind of on it with the wick. Good signs. This is like a really good sign. Like in this market, there's a lot of signs that this market's going to be moving bullish. We have a higher low, then we have a potential breakout of this resistance level, plus we have a bullish engulfing formation, plus we have exhaustion. We haven't gotten into the indicators just yet, but I would have said it's above the 66 as well. Lower range radar looks good to go, green over red. So there's a lot of reasons why I feel like this is about to still break this resistance level. But based upon just the breakout formation of the candlestick analysis, we're still not there just yet. So next candle. Okay, so now we have a bearish candle, still hasn't broken out of this resistance just yet. I'm still just waiting. Another bearish candle, still just waiting. A little bit of consolidation in this range. We have another somewhat bullish engulfing. It's exhausted though, still waiting. Okay, boom. It wouldn't be till this candle right here that I would have decided that this resistance level is now officially broken. Okay, because on this example, it looks like this. If we look at these last two candles, we have a bullish candle like this, boom, boom, like this. And then we have this, okay? So that's what these that's what these two look like, okay? So, and then like I said before, if you really just wanted to make sure you had complete confirmation that the support or resistance level was broken, you have one. This is the first one that formed above it. I would have confirmed that it broke here, but if you really wanted further confirmation, then without a doubt, this candle has broken out of this resistance level, which would look like this. And now you have the 1, 2 for sure above that line, okay? So as always, just make sure you practice this, make sure you look at this. This is breakout video. I'm sure we'll do some more of these in class, but if you're just taking the online version of the course, that is how you break out. That's how you determine breakouts versus retests. Again, just practice. Just go into the market and just see like what you can see. Just practice it, okay? I mean, clearly, like you see right here, say you had this support level drawn up right here. So this is a great example of saying, okay, if I was looking at this market right here, right, and it did this. Oh, but he said that if it's on the support, it's not necessarily a breakout. If you see this, this is a breakout, okay? Like this type of candle, that's a breakout. It broke this formation. If it stopped like right here, maybe you can wait to see if it's gonna XYZ for the next candle, if another candle to form, another bearish a red bearish candle to form. But if you see this, like it's just, you know, kind of use common sense in this moment, it's broken out. This is what I meant by sometimes you have to just interpret the market. It's sometimes there's like a little bit of gray. If you see this, like that's a breakout, okay? Don't make it more confusing than it has to be, all right? Going up into here, same kind of scenario. Like if you see this, we had a little bit of a support level up in here, kind of hard to see, but, or a resistance level. We had a resistance level right here. If you see this, that means that it broke the resistance. Like don't try to use the smallest rule, because like the reason why I say that, I'm trying to emphasize that, is because if you say like, oh, like let me just look and see if blah, 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 then you may miss an opportunity to trade because you're being too picky. This is a break. It's breaking out of there. Now, I feel like this, the past two ones we just saw, that bearish one over here, that long bearish one over here, and then this bullish one, for it to do something like this on the very next candle, the only time you're pretty much ever going to see that type of a move where it doesn't respect it, even though it had this much momentum going into breaking this resistance level, the only time you're going to see like this type of pullback on the very next candle is if you're trading high fundamental news, CPI, NFP, all the major news events. Those things are going to be FOMC. Those things are going to be what's going to make the market look like this. Other than that, that's like it's super rare to see this. Like that's somewhat of an anomaly after this type of move. Again, unless you're trading news. So just keep that in mind, right? Keep it simple. Don't make it too complex. But that is the video on breakouts and retests. I guess we'll get one more in right here since we have a nice one. Let's just check out this area. So say you have this little resistance level. I'll also draw a little exhaustion zone right here just for more practice. From the bullish wick to the bearish body. Just change the color of that, I'll make it orange. And so now we're waiting to see if this is breaking out. Just to give us some good, I guess, identifiers, or to give us a little bit more clues as to what's going on. What are we seeing on structure-wise? We're seeing higher lows, little higher lows being formed. Minor structure break out of these resistance level, right? So we're seeing some higher lows being formed. Higher low kind of times the break of resistance on this minor structure. Okay, cool. Now we're in this kind of major structure area. We're seeing if that's going to break out, but we do have some momentum with these higher lows. So anytime you start to see higher lows, like you're in the market, you're seeing this, you're seeing this, you're seeing this, then you start to see this. All these higher lows are signs that the market, the buyers are getting into the market and bullish pressure is coming. Once you have the complete break, higher low times the break of resistance, you're in a bullish market, I'm looking for buys. Maybe the market comes up, retest down here, boom, I catch the buy and an entry base point. We'll get into that later, okay? But that's what you want to see right here, okay? So I'm just waiting to see if that level is officially broken. Okay, again, very, very strong bullish candle. At this point, I'm going to say that I'm good with this being broken, even though it's still kind of on there. That's a pretty healthy candle. A little bit of exhaustion at the top. As long as this is not fundamental news, I'm going to anticipate either the next candle, maybe a bullish candle like this, or what I'm going to anticipate is maybe we might have a bearish candle or even two bearish candles, something like this, and then maybe something like this, and then that final move for the actual complete break, maybe something like this. You never know. Okay, and then on this candle, I'm for sure confirming it. But if I saw this much momentum, and I had the higher lows being formed, plus the break of the minor structural resistance, all these things are showing me that this is probably going to be moving into a bullish market. So let's see what happens. Okay, so if you really were waiting, then this candle right here would confirm the 100% break. It's way up there. It closed at the top, very little exhaustion at the top of that candle. You're in a bullish market. It broke out of this resistance level. You're good to go. Okay. So that's a video on breakouts versus retests versus like fake outs. I hope that was useful. Just go back as with everything, just practice these concepts. Make sure you're understanding these concepts to the best of your ability. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one. Again, just keep practicing. Remember, if it's a lot of exhaustion, or if it's a healthy candle like that, a very strong candle going into the direction of the break, it's probably going to break. It probably broke. You can confirm it here, but just make sure you wait for that candle. And I'll go back here real quick, so if you want to screenshot these examples, if they're still there. Are they still there? Yeah, if you want to screenshot these, feel free to do that. Let me see. Where are they? Okay, so if you want to screenshot these, go ahead and do that. But these are just some examples, okay? Okay, so yeah, again, just always practice this. Like with everything, you can just draw these out and just practice them with a piece of paper or whatever. But hop on the charts and see the market, see these breakouts. This will help you. This will help you identify when the market is breaking out of support and resistance levels. And this is like why this is part 3 of market structure, because now you know how to identify structure with like the line graph. You can now see structure on the actual chart graph with the actual bar chart. And then now you also know for sure when a support level or resistance level, a mountain, a valley, a roof, a floor is being broken based upon the candlestick analysis within that area, okay? Always remember just to take your time with it, but it should be clear. If you ever have any doubts, just stick to these 2 formations right here. If you have any real doubts and you can't tell for sure, 1, 2 above that is perfect. 1 to me, I'm good with that, but that just comes with experience and seeing it more and more frequently. But 1, 2, 1, 2, those are fine as well. Okay. So I'll catch you guys on the next one, but that's pretty much wraps up like market structure, part 3.